Hello book lovers, this is Preeti and welcome to my channel. I hope you all are doing well. In today's video, I'm gonna review two books for you and share my thoughts on it. The books I'll be talking about is a very famous duology. It's Days at the Morisaki Bookshop and its sequel, More Days at the Morisaki Bookshop by Satoshi Yagisawa. So without further ado, let's get started. First, I'm gonna start with Days at the Morisaki Bookshop. This is actually an English translation of the Japanese novel, which was originally published in 2010, and in 2023 it was translated in English by Eric Ozawa. If you don't know, this is actually the debut novel of the author Satoshi Yagisawa, which is absolutely amazing considering how good this book is and how popular it has become. And I have also mentioned about this book in my first video, which was on book recommendation for beginners. So if you haven't seen that video, please go and check it out. Now, the story of this book revolves around a girl named Takako and her journey to self-discovery. So basically, her boyfriend cheated on her, and because of that she lost her job. So she was going through a very bad heartbreak and a very lonely phase of her life. But then, for some reason, she started living on the second floor of her uncle's second-hand bookshop, which was the Morisaki Bookshop. There, initially, she was very annoyed and irritated by her uncle and his hyperactiveness. But her uncle was just trying to cheer her up, and he was always talking about books. So one night, Takako decided to read a book, and that basically changed everything. Okay, she slowly started moving on and truly living her life. She also met several different people in the bookshop and in the coffee shop, with whom she found a connection because of their common love for books and reading. So Takako finally found peace in her life and decided to live on her own. Now, this was the first part of this book. In the second part of this book, Takako's aunt Momoko came back after 5 years. Originally, she left Takako's uncle Satoru 5 years ago, and now she's back. So, we will read about the growing relationship between Takako and her aunt Momoko, and also between Takako and her uncle Sato. Takako will understand how important she is to both of them. Okay, so the ending of this book was very sweet, simple, and happy. It felt like a warm hug to me. I was in this Morisaki bookshop world for like 3-4 days while I was reading this book, and when I finished it, I felt really empty because as a reader I felt a connection with this book, because this book is basically about how book can impact someone's life. Okay, and you will feel the author's love for book, his love for literature, especially Japanese literature in this book. Okay, uh, if you want a cozy relaxing read and some time away from your chaotic life, this is perfect book for you, really. And if someone would ask me, is it worth the hype, I will say definitely worth the hype, 100%. Now it's time for the sequel, More Days at the Morisaki Bookshop. So this book is in the continuation with the first one. The characters of this book is almost same as the first one, but here we will read about the characters and their relationships in more depth. Again, the story of this book revolves around Takako and her life, but here in this story, Takako and her uncle Satoru suffered a major loss in their life. Okay, so if the first book is about hope, finding yourself, and finding peace in your life, then this book is about loss, grief, and then acceptance of your loss. Okay, uh, for me, this book was not as good as the first one, especially because the middle portion was a bit boring for me. It was just too much detailing, and there were times when I had to force myself to read the next chapter or even the next page. So it was kind of boring. But I really liked the last few chapters of this book. The last part was really emotional and sad, so I liked that. But if you want to read it, if you felt empty after reading the first book, just like me, you can check it out. Okay, you can give it a try. It's again a very small book, so you can finish it in 3-4 days. And I will give it 6.5 out of 10. So it's not really bad, but just the standard was too high because of the first book. It was so good. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please subscribe to the channel and give it a thumbs up, and comment down, have you read this book or not, and what's your point of view. I will love to read your comments. So that's it, and I will see you soon again.